And we're live. So, Sage, do you want to go ahead?
Sure. Let me see really quickly what I have going on here. I fixed a few little bugs yesterday, and then I tried to write some new JavaScript tests, and I quickly got in over my head and found some bugs that I couldn't really understand or do much with. So I'm starting to now unpack those and got some advice from several people. And Sam asked me to put it on Stack Overflow, and now I think I have it closer to pinned down, but it just makes me more anxious about the next time I'm gonna do JavaScript testing, because it's just so painful compared to testing with Ruby. That's it for me. I'm still in the middle of trying to debug my test.
Is it a particularly complex test, or is it just the complexity of Mocha
It's
in the test structure?
not. I think so there's a couple things going on. One is that, like, with Mocha, it keeps like a single global state for your entire test suite. And so, if you're doing something, for example, as may happen in my React app, where you're changing, data in the store, changing the sort of fake state of the application, then that can carry over to like a subsequent test. And so I was, testing something that basically like does an AJAX call, and then when it resolves, it updates a store like the React stuff does. And then I was trying to check the store to see if like the new value is what it was expected to be. And so I wrote the test, and it was passing, but it caused another test in the suite to fail. And so I was very confused about like why a new test was causing an old test to fail. And I think what it came down to is that it was actually like the new test that I wrote wasn't working like I thought it was working, because basically it was like initiating something that changed the store, but the stubbing that I tried to do on like the promises to make them resolve wasn't actually happening. And so basically it was like leaving the store in like a state where something had been submitted but not yet resolved. And then the thing that I did to try to like reset it at the end of the test, well, because this is happening like, asynchronously, like it was actually executing that at the end of the test kind of immediately, before the change actually happened in the store. And so it was like resetting it before it had changed, and so it ended up not reset. And I still can't figure out how to actually like make this like how to test this asynchronous code, how to test what happens after the promise resolves. So I'm still just trying to, like, there's a billion different ways in sort of the JavaScript testing universe to like handle testing asynchronous code, but none of it is very clear to me as sort of like a pattern that makes sense and also like I can actually make work.
Well, there's that too, yeah. Especially that latter part. Oh, well, good luck with that. That's beyond my knowledge, certainly, for sure. So for myself, did some work on the MetPlus project, views, PR merges, submitted a PR. Did some pair programming with Arun, who's actually done work, of course, on WikiEd as well. He's working on a MetPlus store that we've connected with. On the Getting Started page on the AV site, I published the fact that we've got a list of current active projects there, and suggested the project managers look at it and fix it or change it or add to it, or let me know what needs to be changed. What we're trying to do is get people quickly to become aware of existing projects and click on the Slack channel link, go there, and maybe by name, which is in the table, contact somebody and say, hey, how can I get involved? How can I learn about this? So anyway, there's that. And there's a lot more work, larger scale work being done by Sam right now on marketing, which I'm less privy to, but I hear about it once in a while in the morning Scrum. So I'll be helping out with that as best I can as well. On the SHF project, I've been looking at inline WYSIWYG editors like CK Editor. I think there's a new one out from the Rails guys, the Basecamp guys I'm going to look at. Do you have any experience with those?
With the WYSIWYG editor from Basecamp, Tricks.
Yes, exactly. That's the name of it.
We use it in the dashboard.
Oh, how do you find it?
The only place it is in the editing mode for blocks on the timeline. So if you go to, like, from the front end, like you go to a course and then go to the timeline and then like edit a block, like go to edit mode for a block, that's Tricks. Okay.
So, all right. So limited use then. So that would color your depth of experience, I guess. But did you find it easy to install, worked as advertised? Or maybe you didn't do that work? I'm not sure.
I have to say I'm not super happy with it. So for a couple reasons. It's like really limited in terms of like the amount of sort of like marketing and markup and formatting it supports. And so basically like it's only useful for like really basic sort of like typography type like editing, right? So you can't insert images or like do more complicated things with it. Like you can basically like you can make headers, you can like make bullets, you can like bold and italicize your text, and that works pretty well. But it's also got some serious accessibility bugs. So it's been like,
that's a big deal.
A little bit, yeah. So it's easy to integrate. Like that part of it, I don't really have any problems with. But as like the user experience of the editor itself, I think leaves something to be desired, at least for my use cases.
When did you put that in? How long ago?
Oh, quite a while ago, like maybe a year ago.
Okay, I saw a video that those guys had put up where they're editing a document, and there's a control they click to take a photo, and they use the camera on their Mac or their laptop to actually take a photo in real time and embed it in the document in one swell swoop. So maybe they've brought it further, but that's good feedback. I think accessibility, of course, is something really critical to us as well on the SHF project. So I'll have to look at that carefully. I'll probably do a spike on that as well as CK Editor and see what I think of the two.
Yeah, the specific accessibility thing is that basically it was impossible to use with a screen reader because of the way that it like handled like the cursor location and like the way that it handled the existing text that is like in the editable field. So basically it would like not read back the actual text that you had typed. So basically you couldn't see what you had written. If you're blind and using a screen reader, you can't like have it read back to you what you've put into that text entry field.
I see. Okay. Yeah, I get the impression they use their own virtual DOM, in fact, for managing the content that you're editing. And so the browser DOM can't see it, and that probably greatly affects accessibility then. Okay, so last thing, Tong Wei, who has been on the MetPlus project, she's in Singapore. It's like 2 a.m. her time now, so I don't think she's ever going to be on the Scrum, but she contacted me and says she's been looking at the storyboard for the Wiki Ed project, and she wanted to help out, at least start with one of the sub-stories of the Sidekick story, where we want to take things asynchronously.
Cool.
So I said, have at it. I don't know if I've been able to add her as a collaborator yet. She said she didn't get the email. But anyway, she can go ahead and post a PR and get working on that. So, and she was working with me on MetPlus some number of months ago, and was a beginning Rails engineer, Rails and JavaScript, and she advanced very, very quickly. So I think she could be a good contributor if she wants on WikiEd as well.
Great.
Yeah, really, really good software engineer. And that's it. That's kind of a prolonged update, I guess, for Scrum, but we injected a lot of other conversation in there, which is okay. It's only two of us. And that's it for me.
All right.
All right. Well, I'll let you go, Sage. I guess I'll talk to you again on Monday then.
All right. See you later.
All right. Have a good weekend. Bye now.